We were close. I mean, I knew Coach Williams pretty well. And at the end of the day, it came down to UNC, Purdue, and Stanford. And at the end of the day, I chose Stanford. But, I mean, this time around, I came to UNC, so, yeah.
In 2021, you won the U19 FIBA World Cup game.
Right.
How did that experience kind of grow your game? Playing now with current NBA players like Chet Holmgren. And
For sure. I mean, first of all, that experience was amazing. I met some of my best friends out there. We still all text to this day. Like, we're all cool, follow each other on social media. But that experience was amazing. I mean, winning the gold medal for my country, and just getting the different experience of being on a team with a bunch of other super talented people, to where my role I wasn't just the scorer. I didn't have the ball the whole game. I had to figure out different ways to get on the court, different ways to impact the game. Because we had talented scorers like Jaden Ivey, Mike Miles, like you name it, they were on the team. So just figuring out different ways to get on the court, I think, really helped me impact my game.
Harrison, I'm Adam. It's good to meet you.
Yes, sir. Nice to meet you too.
Unfortunately, you see my face a lot around here,
Yeah.
so I hope it's not too bad. In need of a shave badly with football season going on.
We keep him in his place, though.
Yeah, I'm trying to get there right now. I'm trying.
We keep him humble.
It's bad. We're writing football previews this morning.
Yes,
Over
sir.
here for basketball.
Yes, sir. Tess Walker's back. That's big.
It was a little hectic yesterday.
Yeah, I bet. I know. You know it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you had knowledge of UNC obviously before you got here. You've been on recruiting visits. Coach Williams, Coach Davis. Like, how would you say things maybe are different, or what have you discovered, maybe new about this place since you've been here, living here, and going to school here that you might not have known on your recruiting visits a couple of years ago?
For me, is the first thing is the family aspect. Like, I must keep harping on that. I just feel like everything's a big family, from our trainers to our managers to the former players to the former coaches. Like, Coach Williams is always back over here. The former players are always coming back. Tyler Hansborough is working out here every day. Kenny Williams is here the whole summer. Luke May, like, everyone was just coming back. And at the school I previously had, I never saw any of the former players, so I didn't know what that was like. And the second thing is just how big basketball is here. Like, one of my best friends from home, she goes here, and she was trying to tell me how it is, but like, being here is a lot different. You're like a celebrity on campus. Everyone knows what they're talking about when it comes to basketball.
And plus, you're like, I play college basketball. I know what
right,
you mean, but
right.
you still
but
were
you
taking
don't,
them back.
Yeah, it's different. Like, wearing a UNC basketball shirt is a lot different. Someone seeing that versus like any other school on the sport. Maybe like Duke, Kentucky are the same as that, but like UNC basketball is like golden. You know what I mean?
Blue Bloods.
Yes, sir. Blue Bloods.
So did Roy grab you and say we finally got you? I'm sure Roy was.
It was something like that
when business, I'm sure, right?
When I first saw him, it was something like that. Because actually, fun fact, whatever I did, I tried to call him to tell him when I was in high school I wasn't coming, and he didn't even answer. We didn't talk since then until the day I got here. So it was pretty funny, visiting that conversation and seeing him again.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
He's hilarious.
Yes, sir. He's a great dude.
I know it's October, early October, but when Hubert starts getting into the teaching points and everything, is that similar to Coach Hass out at Stanford? I mean, they obviously learned under sort of the same tree. What are the similarities and differences there, maybe?
Definitely. The practice plan looks exactly like they did at Stanford. I see the similarities, but also see the differences. Coach Davis, he's really, really passionate. He's on the court. We're playing defense, he's right there, almost in a stand, sliding with us.
Yeah.
And he's so into it. I love how he knows. I feel like he has the perfect get on us versus hype us up and give us confidence. I feel like I've never been this confident in my game.
Okay.
In the coach in my game, and I can't even remember the last time I was this confident in my game.
Are the inbound plays the same? I've heard that the inbound plays are pretty much the same.
No comment.
No comment.
No comment.
That means they are.
No comment. No comment.
You can use those in Bahamas if you play.
I'm really. I've been waiting to ask you this question. I'm curious what your thoughts were when Stanford joins the ACC.
Oh dear God!
So you're all the way out there, and now you're going to maybe play a conference game.
I was like, I couldn't imagine going back there. I mean, it'd be fun to see all my friends again, but that'd be crazy to go back there and play.
It's kind of wild, isn't it?
It's so far. I didn't really understand it, but I mean, if they think this is best for them, this is the best for them.
So this team has a lot of old guys.
For sure.
Guys. 5 players on the roster were captains last year somewhere, excluding you. You weren't a captain. Right?
I was not.
But you kind of had a captain's role, you had a lot of.
But it was more the seniors. Yes, sir.
So what is it like having that many guys who have been captains who are legitimate OGs on the roster?
I think it's great. I mean, being on the court, everyone knows if he's yelling at me, I can yell at him the same thing. We know it's just all about the game. I mean, Cormac yells at me, Armando yells at me, I yell at them, RJ, same thing. And just knowing that everyone knows from experience. It's not like they're just saying something because they think they know everything. They know from experience, from big-time games they've been in, big-time atmospheres, big-time arenas, what they're talking about.
As far as the style goes, I was talking to RJ, and he said he thinks that the change that was made on the roster kind of fits Hubert's vision more. You weren't here before, but kind of what is your take on the vision on how Hubert wants to play and the composition of the roster?
Right, I can't really speak on last year. I didn't really watch.
Yeah.
I watched film when I was deciding to come here.
They
but
had trouble with that last year.
Right, I think the ball movement. I think everyone's going to see that this year. Everyone's moving the ball. We don't really take bad shots, and in general, we have so much more fun on the court. Like we're having fun. Like we're generally having fun. We're ride or dies with each other, and we're all like generally like best friends.
From what I can tell, it looks like there's a lot of guys with court vision out there. And part of that is you, Cormac, RJ, you have guys out there that have had the ball in end-of-clock situations a lot. So you got to be able to handle, you got to be able to see, and you got to be able to score. What's it like playing with a bunch of guys that have those skills?
I love it. I mean, I love it. I mean, I'm out here, I'm getting catch-and-shoot threes. Like, I'm sitting in the corner sometimes. I just get a catch-and-shoot three from RJ or from Elliott or from Cormac or from Armando, from anybody on the court. I just feel like the game is so much easier when you play with great players like that.
Okay, I don't know how much you're aware of the hype that Elliott had coming in here.
I'm aware.
I'm sure you got a fair understanding of it. RJ says he's totally matches the hype.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's tough. He's tough. He's good.
And RJ,
really good.
RJ's having to play a little bit more, too, playing off of him. So are they interchanging a lot, or are you just seeing RJ being able to square up and just knock down shots?
I mean, it's everything from RJ. I feel like the thing that sets him apart is his shooting, though. Obviously, he can score. Every time he shoots the ball, he's the one person that every time he shoots it, I feel like it's going in. No matter what he shoots, step back, fade away, two people on him, I feel like it's going in. I feel like RJ's really gotten involved. He gets everybody involved. I never feel like last year, I know that everyone was saying oh, people take a lot of bad shots, quote unquote. I personally haven't seen that.
Would you say that your expectations are different, or do you have different expectations and goals this season, maybe from this time last year or the year before that, for your game and the team as a whole?
I mean, for sure, I want to win a national championship. That's my goal, one and only, locked in to that, really, national championship.
You're talking about maybe the status of a UNC basketball player being a little different. Give us a welcome to Chapel Hill moment when you were like, damn, something happened or somebody said something or whatever, where you're like, okay,
I got
this
one.
is different.
Okay, well, first of all, the only thing I would say is everything you think it's like, it's like that. Times it by 5, it's like that. But my first day here, we go to Chick-fil-A. And the workers knew who we were. This is my first day. I just got here. Right? The workers knew who we were. They gave us food, asked us for pictures. It was crazy.
This on campus,
No, this was. We were. I don't know where we were. I don't even know where we were.
Could have been in Durham, Chapel Hill, right?
It wasn't in Durham, or it was Carborough.
Okay,
Carborough. Carborough. Yeah.
So you're off campus.
We were all way off campus, and they knew us. And I was like, I don't know what's going on.
Did you ever have any of those moments at Palo Alto?
Never, ever, not once, not once, not
Streets
once.
of San Jose.
I wish.
Not many people do that, I guess.